Hello. So, just some information about what Reiki is. I'm waiting in a parking lot. I'm doing a mobile yoga class this morning on Fort Carson for a really neat group called Deployed Love for military spouses. And so I have a few minutes, and I wanted to just put some explanation out there. So Reiki is an ancient Japanese form of healing. So when we're talking about Reiki, some of us know what prana is and chi. Well, ki is actually another way to explain life force energy. So in Reiki, we're actually harnessing that energy and channeling it in strong doses to help heal our client or our students' bodies. So when we talk about that, we're talking about subtle energy. We have our physical body. We have our, chakras, which a lot of this has to do with, if you have imbalanced chakras, your root, your heart, your solar plexus, all of these things. Originally, it didn't focus just on that. It actually focused on healing all parts of the body because we do have more than 7 energy centers or chakras in our body. We have them in the feet. We have them, in other places. The 7 that we always see in that rainbow of colors is actually just the main ones. And so we're talking about healing those things. A lot of us, if we have past trauma or hold a lot of resentments or don't feel secure and grounded in our life, or are feeling like we can't plan our future or feel as if we don't have hope in the future, things like that. These are all things that can be happening because we have stuck energy in the body. We all know that it's out there pretty ubiquitously. We know that there's trauma that gets stuck in the body or just experiences. It doesn't have to be something traumatic. Whole different story explaining what trauma is, but I digress. So when we're talking about Reiki, it's either hands-on or hands-off. So, the setup is kind of like you'd be laying on a massage table, clothes stay on. You might be having or using, cleansing crystals, things like that. And it's a very intuitive process for the practitioner and the receiver. Now, ultimately, I have people who come to me who are like, I'm not really sure what this is, but I know that I want to grow in some way, so I'm willing and open to try this. And so what happens is that willingness is something that they see help them on the table, and also just having an extremely relaxing experience. We don't always need to explain why or how things happen. I can be a skeptical person. And so when I was first called to do or be attuned in Reiki 10 years ago, I was skeptical. But I'm not skeptical about my intuition and what I'm called to do. And so I went for it. And I'm like, gosh, this is going to be really hard to explain to other people, but also very simple. But I don't care. It works. I actually didn't even work on clients for a very long time. I worked on myself, my family. It's just a really, really neat experience. And not just for the people that you're working on, but you yourself as the person who becomes attuned to get this really strong channel of energy. For me personally, and this is what I hear from other Reiki practitioners as well, there was a huge shift that happened in my life energetically when I had my first training. So level 1 and 2 are usually done together. And then, just a couple of years ago, I was attuned for master practitioner, which then another shift happened in my life. So these are very clear things that I, became aware of, not just using it on other people, but for myself and my own healing journey. And so you don't need to be a yoga teacher to do this. You could be anybody in the category of healer or empath or, a therapist, massage therapist, mind therapist. You can be a yoga teacher. You can just be, this is for anybody. Everybody already like kind of contains this energy. This is just kind of fine tuning it, like getting clear on the station, radio station, like antenna wise, and if you want to find out more about it, message me, and I can see how it can help you specifically in your life. Like I said, this is for anybody. This training that Janine and I are going to be doing is for anybody. I used it on myself and my family for so many years, and just started using it recently a few years ago on clients. So it's out there for you. Let's do this.